Hi, it's Maria from Still Dreaming Homestead, and I'm back again to continue telling the Bible stories. So, I'm doing a Bible story one day and a different type of story the next. So, today is story 4, Birthday of a World, from part 1. It is the third day of creation. It's still early. There's been a great earthquake, and land mysteriously had risen out of the ocean. Islands of all sizes and shapes appeared, tall mountains and rolling hills and lovely beaches where there was only sea before. Yet there's something the matter. The land looks dark and barren, except for some bright glittering patches here and there where precious metals lie on the surface. So that would be like gold and copper, silver. There's not a tree or bush or blade of grass anywhere. Surely God didn't intend for us to live like that, in a place like that. Wait a minute. It's too soon to judge. Listen, God is speaking once more. The same wonderful voice that said, "Let there be light," now commands, "Let the earth bring forth grass and herb yielding seed, and fruit trees yielding fruit after its own kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth." Now look, what a transformation. Look at those hills. They are barren no more. They have turned a vivid green. Can you see how pretty that looks now? From one side to the other, they're covered with grass, bushes, and trees. Look at the mountains. See those pine trees and cedars and redwoods reaching so high to the tops of the highest peaks. And the fields, oh, what beauty. Look at all the flowers, masses of every kind and color. They look like a living carpet laid over the whole countryside. Buttercups and daisies, poppies, marigolds, bluebells. Oh, so many kinds. Roses and lilacs. How did God think of so many? And how marvelously He made them all, each one with its own delicate design, its own special color and fragrance. And the earth brought forth grass and herb yielding seed after its own kind, and trees yielding fruit whose seed was in itself after its own kind. And God saw that it was good. It must have been very good. With God as the designer and maker of it all, and He was so pleased. The Bible says all these things were created for His pleasure. And I like to think that He enjoyed Himself making all these plants and flowers and trees, all different from each other, and all where they could make more of themselves. God seems to be especially interested in the trees yielding fruit, or as we would say, fruit trees. With what care He made the apple trees and pears, plums, lemons, grapefruits, every type of tree you could imagine. And I think I can almost picture Him going from one beautiful tree to another, looking at the fruit, smelling it, maybe even tasting it, and saying to Himself, "He'll like this. I'm sure He will. And this and this." For God was not thinking of Himself, but someone else. Someone who at this moment only existed in God's mind, but would soon be a real living being. Someone to whom He was planning to give all this beauty and loveliness, all the treasures and delights of the whole world, all the gold and silver and precious stones like diamonds and rubies and emeralds that sparkled, and among all the grass and flowers, and all the nuts and fruit and grains. This whole wonderful world new world was all for him, to make him happy and to cause him to turn to God and thank him and just love him so much because he knows how God planned for him. The world was nearly ready for him. Nearly, but not quite. There were a few more things to be done. And the evening and the morning were the third day. So that's the end of story 5. I hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoy this book. So I'll be reading to you again tomorrow. Have a nice day or evening. I want to pray blessings on you and yours, in your house and out of your house, in the day and the night. Whatever you do, keep dreaming and keep a story in your heart. All right, bye-bye.